Welcome to Vishnu Consultants.
In this video, we will discuss about evolution of GST in India. The idea of a goods and service tax for India was first mooted 16 years back during the Prime Ministership of Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Thereafter, on 28 February 2006, the then Union Finance Minister in his budget for 2006-2008 proposed that GST would be introduced from 1st April 2010. The empowered committee of the state finance ministers, which had formulated the design of State VAT, was requested to come up with a roadmap and structure for the GST. Joint working group officials having representatives of the states as well as the centre were set up to examine various aspects of the GST and draw up reports specifically on exemption and thresholds, taxation of services, and taxation of interstate supplies. Based on this discussion within and between it and the central government, the EC released its first discussion paper, FDP, on GST in November 2009. The FDP spelled out the features of the proposed GST and has formed the basis for the present GST laws and rules. In March 2011, Constitution 115 Amendment Bill 2011 was introduced in the Lok Sabha to enable levy of GST. However, due to lack of political consensus, the bill lapsed after the dissolution of 15th Lok Sabha in 2013. However, on 19 December 2014, the Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill 2014 was introduced in the Lok Sabha and was passed by the Lok Sabha in May 2015. The bill was taken up in Rajya Sabha and was referred to the Joint Committee of Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha on 14 May 2015. The Select Committee submitted its report on 22 July 2015. Thereafter, the Constitutional Amendment Bill was moved on 1 August 2016, based on political consensus. The bill was passed by the Rajya Sabha on 3 August 2016 and by the Lok Sabha on 8 August 2016. After ratification by required number of state legislatures and assent of the President, the constitutional amendment was notified as Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016 on 8 September 2016. The constitutional amendment paved way for introduction of goods and services tax in India. After the GST Council approved the Central Goods and Service Tax Bill 2017, the Integrated Goods and Services Tax Bill 2017, the Union Territory Goods and Services Tax Bill 2017, the Goods and Services Tax Bill 2017, these bills were passed by the Lok Sabha on 29 March 2017. The Rajya Sabha passed this bill on 16 April 2017 and were then enacted as acts on 12 April 2017. Thereafter, state legislatures of different states have passed respective states' goods and services tax bills. After the enactment of various GST laws, GST was launched with the effect from 1st July 2017 by Shri Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister of India, in the presence of Shri Pranab Mukherjee, the then President of India, in a midnight function at the Central Hall of Parliament of India. The GST Council structure. As per Article 279A of the amended Constitution, the GST Council is a joint forum of the centre and the states and consists of the following members. Its chairperson is the Union Finance Minister. Its member includes the Union Minister of State in charge of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Other members also includes the Minister in charge of Finance or Taxation or any other minister nominated by each state government. The Council is empowered to make recommendations to the Union and the states on the following. Have a look. The mechanism of GST Council would ensure harmonization on different aspects of GST between the center and the states, as well as amongst the states. It has been provided in the Constitution Act 2016, which is the 101st Amendment Act. The GST Council, in the discharge of various functions, shall be guided by the need for a harmonization structure of GST and for the development of a harmonized national market for goods and services. Quorum and weightage of votes. The Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016 provides that every decision of the GST Council shall be taken at its meeting by majority of not less than three-fourths of the weighted votes of the members present and voting. The vote of the central government shall have a weightage of one-third of the votes cast, and votes of all the state governments taken together shall have a weightage of two-thirds of the total votes cast in that meeting. One half of the total number of members of the GST Council shall constitute the quorum at the meeting. GST Council and Secretariat. On 12 September 2016, the Union Cabinet under the chairmanship of the Honorable Prime Minister approved setting up of the GST Council and the creation of its Secretariat as follows. The Cabinet also decided to provide for adequate funds for meeting the recurring and non recurring expenses of the GST Council Secretariat, which shall be borne by the central government. The GST Council Secretariat shall be manned by officers taken on deputation from both the central and the state governments.
For more such educational content, subscribe to Vishnu Consultants.